Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas sounding the alarm on FEMA funding right after the devastation of Hurricane Helene. Listen.
We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
This all comes as the Biden-Harris administration spent over $1 billion from a FEMA program on services for migrants.
The president and I have been paying close attention from the beginning to what we need to do to make sure the federal resources hit the ground as quickly as possible. And that includes what was necessary to make sure that we provided direct federal assistance. And that work has been happening. I want to thank the governor for his leadership and his close coordination with the federal government, with our administration, and I want to thank the local leaders for together creating a task force-like response, knowing that we are at our best when we work together and coordinate resources, coordinate our communications to the maximum effect for the community that has been impacted. And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected. There are FEMA personnel who are going door to door to interact personally with folks, especially those who do not have electricity. But also that aid, if you have electricity, can be applied for online.
Disrespectful is the only word that I can use to describe what the people are going through in these hurricane-affected areas with Helene, while our president seems to be MIA. Yo, we gonna get down there. Don't worry about it. We'll make our way down there 6-7 days later after hurricanes have already absolutely devastated communities, as you can see right here. I mean, lives upended, jobs are lost, homes is just absolutely swept away. Roads, you can't even get down to rescue them the way that you're supposed to because we're woefully unprepared. And they're talking about going through the process and we have to wait to make sure. No. Listen. Zelensky just came over here and got another $8 to $9 billion to make sure that they're taken care of when it comes to the war over there with Ukraine and Russia in this proxy world. Israel is going back and forth with Iran, and they going back and forth launching missiles, and we giving them weapons and aid and assistance and love and all of this, and you telling me we woefully unprepared to help people? Because somebody made a comment on the Millionaire Morning Show today, and I absolutely agreed with, the president can't control what happens with the weather. I don't know, maybe they can. Who knows? You'd be surprised what we find out sooner rather than later. But what the president can control is how you respond to it. My father always told me life is 10% what happens to you, 90% of how you respond to it. And if you're telling me that we're woefully so unprepared to where when people are going through a disaster, that we don't have the ability to get to them or even address the issue and show that you're there for them, 6 to 7 days as the president of the United States of America, but we can hand over an additional $8 billion at the drop of the hat. And then she jumps on and says, well, we're going to start with $750. Nah. Not after we gave hundreds of billions of dollars over to these proxy wars and counting. Not after we gave tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars into funding this migrant crisis. Not after New York was over there giving away food cards and EBT and basically food stamps and cash, and we was making sure that they were staffed. Not after Brandon Johnson signed a $100 million additional deal for staffing like we funded an NBA player. No, absolutely we not. Not after we've left our infrastructure to just completely crumble, even though we did the infrastructure deal and we had all of that bloatware inside of there. Absolutely not. And so don't talk to me about processes. I seen Mark Cuban, right? And I like Mark Cuban. I think that he's a great NBA owner. But at the same time, I think that Mark Cuban on a lot of things is wrong. And I don't agree 100% with anything that anybody says. I seen Mark Cuban on one of these shows, MSNBC or something like that, because he's caping hard for Kamala Harris. And he said, she's great. She's awesome. She's run this like the CEO of a company. Respectfully, which type of CEO, number one. And number two, we don't need CEOs per se in this moment. We need people that exemplify quality leadership, and we want them to show their humanity and then also place Americans first. This is not about politics right now. It really isn't. Even though politics is involved in every single thing that we do, this is not about politics right now. This is about showing that you are truly a leader. And I'm not even just talking about the hurricane. I'm talking about everything. Like, for example, I seen Ron DeSantis, and he was like, listen, I don't know what we got to do, but we got to get these ports open because we're woefully underprepared to continue to help people when we don't even have the ability to get things through our ports. Goods, services, all of the things that Trump has been saying that we needed to prepare for as far as making sure that we manufacture and have things going on in the United States of America is literally coming to fruition within 30 days, around roughly 30 days to the election. And it should give you a wake-up call that we don't care whether or not you voting for somebody because they black or because they a woman or anything like that. I care about people that care about the United States of America first. We don't care about vibes. Vibes can't help these people rebuild their lives, and they don't have the ability to even get rescued. It's hundreds, if not thousands of people. They're saying it's estimated over 1,000 people on the ground, not what's being reported by the news, but on the ground, there are thousands of people that are dead and missing. And we don't need somebody to start talking about policy, and we don't need all of that. We don't need all, and I'm speaking about Mark Cuban, right? We don't need these fake talking points. We don't need the $25,000. We don't care nothing about that. Couldn't even stop off the campaign trail in order to make sure that you was on the ground. Trump appeared before they did, and they the president of the United States, and he brought supplies and goods and services and all of that stuff, right? He talking about, listen, we got to call Elon Musk. We got to get Starlink out here because, we don't have no phones, no connections, and we got to leverage our ability as the United States of America and take our infrastructure that we're continuing to build privately and leverage that to help the people over here in Asheville, North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, wherever it is that this hurricane has done any level of devastation. We should be putting America first. We should be so quick on standing up our infrastructure, having things ready to go with all of the resources and the monies that we distribute across the United States of America to social services, all of the monies that we distribute to migrants, all of the monies that we distribute into these other countries, into these proxy wars and stuff like that. And you telling me we can't even help our people as quickly as we possibly can, and it take you 5, 6, 7 days to even talk about it nationally, bring attention to it. And it's regular everyday citizens. Regular everyday citizens, that's the ones that's actually doing all of the work. And they're unheralded. They won't get any visibility. Ain't no talking points to it, and ain't no photo ops that come along with it. Regular everyday citizens are the ones that's actually doing the work and is on the ground taking care of business. Listen, I love you. I appreciate you. Y'all need to start paying attention and voting on the things that actually make sense. Prayers up for the people down there. I hope that they get things together. And this is footage on the ground. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.